this from the Navy. It was well taken. I did put some feeling into it later. Right away.
Anybody else?
What was the question?
We know your favorite part was the poop.
Past the frozen poop. I would have to say the Arctic, absolutely. The whole experience, getting up there, the little Cessna that takes you 2 hours over the frozen ocean, and moments walking around with Ben where we just kept giggling like school kids, and the big helicopter shot on the third pass. Ben and I laid down on the ice and made snow angels and giggled like 6-year-olds. But the whole experience, in fact, probably for me, when we were coming back and just talking with the people who lived in Alaska, we did all these little puddle jumper flights and just hearing what's going on up there. The whole thing was just an amazing experience, from start to finish. Bloody marvelous. But I have to say, I like being here and seeing the band back together again. I don't mean that disingenuously. It's so nice to be back together and filming those movies, filming Arc of Truth and Continuum, just having the gang back together. It's such a nice feeling.
I was going to say all the things that they said except the poop part, but Frozen. Amanda just reminded me of something that for me, one of the best parts of this is the part that you won't see, and that's the part of, because I'd spent so much of my life, the last 12 years of my life, being with these guys, and it's weird, every day you see them, every day you're with them, so you take for granted, especially because most of us, except for Ben and Rick, live fairly close together, and we live, blocks from each other, but still, we don't see each other like we did when we were doing it regularly. And having everybody come back together and being able to do this, it was such a great, comfortable feeling of just sort of settling into it. For me as a director, and for having the actors around, when you don't second guess everything an actor is doing, you just know what they're going to do, and you know that they're going to bring something that you didn't expect to the party. And these guys do it every time, and after 12 years of doing 100 hours of Stargate, I was stunned by what came out in Continuum, and it was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm missing, and I miss it every day. What these guys bring to the screen, and being able to do it with Brad Wright sitting behind me and beside me all the way through this, Continuum for me was a huge experience, but you guys won't experience that. You just get sort of the spoils of that. But it was a massive experience for me as a director, just to be able to have that team back together. So, and it shows in the movie.
Didn't you like the scene with the plucky young escort pilot, though? Wasn't that really your favorite?
That's like the whole movie.
Yeah, he's pretty good, that guy.
I'm letting Michael talk about him.
That was me, sitting in an F-15. Martin said you have to sit in an F-15 for a day, if you can, so the escort pilot in Continuum was me, with a helmet on. You can't tell it's me, but it's me.
That's my favorite part.
Thanks, man.
And just now, listening to Rick's poo story, that's my other favorite.
That's the sad part.
So, Ben.
Definitely the Arctic, for all of the reasons stated, including Rick's poo. Because when it's 50 below zero, you want someone sitting on that seat before you get there. And I appreciate it. It was just that much warmer.
Am I right?
He's right. There's an extended event that has to do with the fact that everything freezes on contact. So you carry your baby wipes with you, but you keep them next to your skin, right? Yeah, they give you a survival guide because you could die going to the toilet. Which is why I had to have Martin there. Okay.
Chris, we can always count on you to elevate the conversation.
Rick obviously has something figured out with the whole ice thing, because if you touch metal, your hand freezes to it. Which at this point, I can handle it myself, right? But if you do this, unless you're prehensile, you need your buddy.
I was knocking on Amanda's door.
Amanda, look, you want to swap survival buddies? I love Martin. He's insane. He actually went out into 50 below degree weather in his shorts. In his shorts and a little skimpy shirt. I have the photograph. Just for the fun of it. Next time you're going to wear your kilt up there, right? Yeah, the Arctic was a great experience, and the next time we go there, these other people need to come with us. Especially Chris, who loves bears.
I would personally like to thank this panel for lowering the bar so that all my future bad behavior at conventions will be of this. It was truly to get back and laugh at everybody and play. And I remember we were shooting a scene, I think it was one of Rick's first days, and I think it was Amanda and I that looked at each other. And she's like, we've been doing this for 12, like, because it was just a day of, if you haven't noticed, Rick can sometimes be irreverent. So having him back on set with all of our kind of different personalities, it was just, we really missed it. We just really laughed a lot, and that's kind of my favorite thing about it. We laughed for 14, 15 days.
Well, for me, what's so unique about all the Stargate experiences I've had, and Continuum as well, is I feel so completely the presence of all the fans, all you guys. It's like you're aboard there with us when we're making it, because you've been so loyal all these years. I know I came in sort of at the end of the show, the last couple of years of the filming the series, but I really felt that more than any other project I've been involved in. And then my personal favorite watching Continuum was to see Don Davis in there, and General Hammond, with his spirit will always be with us, not only in the show, but in all his beautiful art that he made, and just the person he was.
And also, I just want to add that as a guy who's made a lot of television over the years, to actually see film in which a nuclear submarine is breaking through the ice with your cast, and then our cast climbs aboard the nuclear submarine, that's pretty fulfilling. That's a lot of fun. And we have to thank the United States Navy for letting us use their submarine. And for not letting Red try it. Because he really wants it to. Next question.
Brad, I'd like to say thank you for budgeting enough money to have the orchestra instead of digital samples on the soundtrack this time. As a filmmaker, what kind of difference does that make to you in the final product?
No, we absolutely. Joel is here somewhere, and he insisted. It wasn't up to me. I said, I don't know if we have the money in the budget left, because for to do the whole score orchestrally, we need 3 days. And he said, you have to. And I said, okay. Truly, there's nothing more rewarding than sitting down and watching, listening to a symphony orchestra play beautiful cues written by a composer you've been working with for many, many, many years, and just, I mean.
It's very emotional, actually. I was tearing up in the booth there with the violins going away. I mean, the cue that we used for Don's memorial, and the cue as they're crossing the Arctic with the helicopter shot. This is epic stuff, and honestly, you're absolutely right. The score of Continuum raises the bar of the movie as high as it could possibly go, and I suggest you all go buy it. Right, Joel?